Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jennifer C. at HomeLifeCultureLink.com, Nino Simeka at MortgageGodfather.ca, and Jewelry Forever at JewelryForever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
The sun rises on another year. The sun sets on the previous year.
Good intro.
Thank you. It was good. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first episode of 2021. A brand new year begins, and so continues The Sit Down. I'm your host, as always, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown, and I'm joined by the greatest co-host in the galaxy, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only,
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday, Happy New Year, Happy 112 episodes.
112, Regine.
That's...
I mean, it feels like a milestone, even though, I guess it is. But we've celebrated, the 2-year anniversary, and we celebrated the 100th episode and all that stuff. But starting a brand new year, getting through this year kind of feels like a milestone on its own. Would you say?
Getting through 2020 is a milestone in itself.
It's good that we've made it through, and that now that it's done, everything's going to go back to normal.
So they say.
It's all good. The moment we struck midnight, it was all just a bad
dream.
Dream.
Did you scream Jumanji at midnight? Because I know some people were posting it on social media, being like, "We're gonna scream Jumanji."
Oh, I didn't. Although that would have been a good idea. Send everything back inside the game. Did you see the new Jumanji, the new one?
No,
Like,
I don't think I've even seen the original, or I did, and I just don't remember it.
Oh, I saw the original. I actually heard that the new one wasn't that bad, but I never actually saw it. How was your New Year, Reggie?
It was good. I stayed in. We rented Wonder Woman. I waited until Jennifer Lopez graced my screen, and then Countdown happened, and Zoomed some family for Countdown. That was it. And then it was like, oh, that was anticlimactic. Welcome to 2021. How was yours?
Mine was actually kind of cool. I decided to have an Among Us New Year's party. So I basically live streamed. I started around 9 o'clock, and then I went straight into midnight, and we just played Among Us. And then I set up a little. At about 5 minutes to midnight, we opened up a room, and I was like, "Okay, everybody, go into the cafeteria area," and I had little champagne and bottle and glasses set up, like just kind of as little images, and I positioned them around the room, and then we just all sang. We counted down and said Happy New Year, and it was
That's
an
interesting.
Among Us.
That's interesting because there's some people that join your stream that aren't in the same time zone.
Yes, several of them were like, "Scott, it's not New Year's for another hour for me," and I was like,
Well,
yeah, sorry. I'm like, watch this again in an hour. And then there were some that it was already 2021 for them. So anyway, that's how it goes. In fact, let's bring in our guest. And speaking of that very thing, it's not 11 a.m. for our guest. So actually, I'm really grateful for her for waking up early for us to be here. But our guest today, ladies and gentlemen, is an epic live streamer, gamer, Twitch person, although also on YouTube.
What is
just
a
an all-around
a Twitch streamer?
a Twitch Twitch streamer. That's better. That's better. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm sit-down welcome to SuperSeizer.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
How are
Happy
you?
New Year.
Happy New Year.
How was
Excellent intro.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was I wanted something
Twitch
something
person.
dramatic.
Something dramatic,
Yeah.
something life-changing.
All right.
Exactly. So how was your New Year? What did you do for yours?
Well, I streamed for a bit, as I always
nice.
do, to kind of spend time with people and, thank them for this year and everything, because honestly, being trapped inside, streaming has really been, I guess, a bit of a good, creative outlet for me, I guess. So did a bunch of that, and then kind of binged on my neighbor's fireworks for the new
Nice.
year.
You guys were allowed to have
Nice.
fireworks?
Well, we didn't get any specifically, but I mean, my neighbor did. So we
That's
just
awesome.
looked out the window and was like, "We're gonna steal your fireworks
show.
real quick."
Yeah, why not? Sharing is caring. Go
I
for
know,
it.
right? I mean, you're shooting it up into the sky anyway, so
We all
honestly,
share
it's
the
free
sky.
after that.
Exactly.
Actually, they had Regine. Did they do? They did some kind of light show in Toronto, right? Didn't they shoot a bunch of fireworks off the CN Tower and stuff? Did they do that?
Yeah, but I think that was it. And everywhere else, they were
Oh.
kind of mandating.
Oh, like they didn't want, like they didn't allow individuals to buy them or use them. Is that what
I
you
don't think so,
Actually, I don't
unless
know.
that was only in the States.
Oh, I don't know. I know here. So where we are in Toronto, we're completely locked. We're in lockdown right now, so we're not really allowed to go anywhere. I mean, we're allowed to go outside, but like most businesses are closed and all of that. So I didn't even watch. Like usually on New Year's, I usually at least watch like some of the TV stuff. But yeah, this was my first time streaming through the New Year. which
Yeah,
was actually kind of
that's
fun.
why you were
Never
too
done that before.
busy. But here in Toronto, they actually shut down Nathan Phillips Square at 10 p.m., like the skating rink.
Oh yeah,
and so
yeah.
Nathan Phillips Square, for those who aren't in Toronto or Ontario, is kind of like the main hub for New Year's, I want to say.
Yeah,
for all the
it's usually where they have the big
entertainment
New
happens.
Year's events and stuff. Yeah.
And they turned the lights off at the Christmas tree. They closed the skating rink, like they gated it off. But there were still people hanging around until midnight. And so you can't really stop them as much as you try to. It's just interesting
Yeah,
that they
well,
went to that level to gate up the skating rink. And
Well,
Right.
they know people are going to go out, and they know people are going to go out. I mean, it's
Mhm.
happening. Basically, I mean,
It's been happening all
You know,
year.
yeah. Well, exactly. That's the thing. So, anyway, it was a different type of New Year, and so did you stream right through midnight? Like you did a midnight type stream?
No, because I was conscious of people having New Year's Eve plans, so I just wanted to spend a little bit of time
Gotcha.
and stuff like that. So
did you
didn't
get that, Scott? People have New Year's plans.
Well, actually, you know what? It's funny. Some of the people who are watching the stream, like as soon as New Year's
They're
hit,
just like
I
drinking.
could hear like, well, and I could hear in the background, I could hear people's like, so I brought some of them in for over voice chat because we were playing Among Us, right? So
Yeah.
everybody was kind of talking to each other, and then as soon as New Year's hit, I could hear like, I think like some of them would say it was like a kid who was playing the game, but then maybe there was like a New Year's party happening like near them, so I could hear all these people yelling Happy New Year. So I got a little taste of all of them enjoying themselves. So
There you go.
Yeah. So how has the pandemic been for you over this past year? How's it how has it been? I guess that's a nice general way to start things off.
Well, I mean, it's been a time.
Yeah.
I mean, staying inside. I mean, I've stayed inside usually. I don't go out too much anyway. So, I mean, it didn't affect me too much from like a physical point of view. But like mentally and stuff like that, it's been kind of tolling because you're home all the time. And, I feel like that you kind of lose that motivation, or that kind of like, that line between work and home, that kind of just like really blends together. So definitely struggled with like stuff like that throughout the entire year. And also just, like crippling loneliness,
Yeah.
That was 2020 for all of us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, so I'm also a musician. So thing that changed for me was, like, we used to have, like, weekly rehearsals, for example, right? And then, like, we would play shows and stuff, and that all went away. But other than that, like, a lot of my work is at home, and I go out a bit, but I don't generally go out a lot. But I found what was weird was just the idea that you knew you couldn't. And like the few times when maybe a friend, like, right? And then there'd be like, maybe a friend is coming in from out of town, or maybe it's somebody's birthday or whatever it is. Just those times where you would never even think of it. Oh, let's go out. Or, oh, that movie's coming. Let's go see that together. Yeah. That part, just knowing that that's not there, I feel like that was tough for me to get around. I mean, it's weird that there are people that I used to see regularly that I literally have not seen physically in like a year.
Hello. Okay.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
No, I'm the complete opposite from you guys. I love being out. I hate being at home. This sucks.
This is the worst thing ever.
This is like I am always busy. I'm never home. This is the most time I've spent at home in loungewear my entire life. Like my job is in events. Pageantry was canceled, so yeah, that's hopefully not 2021, but that was 2020.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Well, don't worry, it's over now. It's over now. It's 2021.
Exactly. Let's not talk about it.
It's in the past. It's in the past.
Yeah. So SuperSeizer, did you start your streaming because of the pandemic, or were you a streamer, like an OG streamer before everyone jumped the bandwagon?
An OG streamer. Well, okay. I think I started doing stuff on Twitch back like at the near end of 2019.
And you're OG, got it.
And streamed on 2020. But I mean, I used to like stream on YouTube beforehand, like on the years before Twitch. But I started Twitch like the end of 2019. So glad that I did that, I'm planning for the future.
Exactly. You knew. You're like, everyone's going to jump on board. Let me get here first so I don't look like I'm following everyone. Got it. You're a trendsetter.
Leader.
Yeah, there you go.
How have you found, I mean, like, I know me, it was really, the pandemic is what prompted me to start streaming.
He's a bandwagoner.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was literally, so the only thing I used to stream was this show. We've been doing this show now like just over 2 years. So we were doing that regular every Sunday, and then my YouTube channel, I was mainly just uploading like just pre-edited, like pre-shot videos, like skits or music or whatever I would do. So for me, streaming really came out of the pandemic. I was going to ask you though, have you found, so I mean, I because I started with the pandemic, and it did grow my channel like in a way that, yeah, quite a bit. But I was just curious, did you find from when you started streaming, did the pandemic affect, did you find, was the audience bigger? Were there more people coming in, or did you find a difference or notice a difference?
Well, I think that, when everyone's home and everything like that, so they kind of have nothing to do. So watching streams was a good, like, distraction, or, a good thing to kind of spend their time on. And I think Twitch and live streaming in general really just kind of blew up this year because of how much free time people had now, because they were at home. They couldn't exactly like do schoolwork or like go out with their friends like they normally would do. So
yep.
I think the Twitch scene and the YouTube scene has really grew over the past year. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one thing I definitely, oh sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Not it.
I was going to say, I noticed, I did notice there was a big bump especially kind of earlier on in the pandemic when all the schools and stuff were shut down. Because then there was, you just had a lot of kids who were just at home and they didn't have to get up early for like, I guess school the next day. So they were just, And then I noticed like there were a bunch of kids who were like, Scott, can you start streaming a little earlier because school is starting again. I was like, oh, I guess I need to think about that. So
but you
I made a couple adjustments, but I moved a couple back about an hour earlier. Like I usually start at 8:30 at night, and I think my Mondays I moved back an hour just to let some people come in. But Zai says,
nice.
Zai goes, hello SuperSeizer. Wow, they're a streamer. Cool. I subscribe to her. Tell her that, Scott. So there you go.
So you got a new sub.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So what do you stream if people are curious? I'm curious.
I'm like a variety type streamer, so I stream whatever game I really like feel like. I guess that's the word, feel like, whatever I feel like that day. I mostly do a bunch of like community stuff because I think that streams are like a big like group of friends playing games together. So that's what I truly think of what streaming is. So I do a lot of community stuff, but like just whatever game I'm feeling that day, whatever vibe.
When you as a streamer, do streamers have to stream games only, or can you talk about other stuff?
Oh no, streaming is like very like open to whatever. I do lots of just chatting stuff, which is, just sitting down talking. There's lots of like musical people on Twitch as well, which I found as well. They play piano, there's violinists out on Twitch as well, which is super cool. But yeah, you can pretty much stream anything as long as it adheres to guidelines.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Anything. Yeah, it's neat. There's it's basically just you're opening a window into your life of some way, and people put their stuff out there, whether it's gaming and whether it's anything. It's pretty cool. It's I don't know. It's a really cool type of entertainment. I saw you were playing. What are there any games you're starting recently? I know I saw you playing Stardew Valley the other day. Are there any other games that you're going through right now?
Stardew Valley, 100%. Great game. I'm having a blast. But I think recently the games that I've been like playing, I guess, was just Phasmophobia and like just like the typical games that have came out this year.
I know none of
Among
those
Us.
games.
And like the standard like Jackbox games and Fall Guys.
Oh, nice. I haven't tried. A few of my friends have been telling me I should try the Jackbox thing. That's pretty fun to do with your audience and stuff. That's like trivia and stuff, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, there's different types of like trivia games. There's drawing games. There's a whole lot of things in the Jackbox stuff.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out. Have you tried Rust? I've seen a lot of people playing Rust lately.
What was that? I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry. Have you tried Rust? Or have you
Rust?
heard of it?
Oh, no. I've seen a ton about Rust, but I haven't actually like went ahead and tried it.
Yeah, I haven't either. I was watching a stream last night actually because I've been hearing about it, and I think somebody even mentioned it in one of my streams one time that I should look at it. But it looks like the type of game I would like because I'm like you as well in that I like the more community ones. Like I enjoy kind of being able to bring people into play with me. And Rust seems like it's so, it's kind of like Minecraft with like, I don't know, more realistic graphics, but it's just basically a survival game. But it looks pretty, fun. Anyway, I don't know. I was just thinking about trying it. I don't know.
You should go for it.
How's, yeah, I probably will at some point. What was I going to ask you? Shoot, I just had a question in my head and it went away.
Oh no, not the ADD vibes. Oh no.
Which game are you enjoying the most right now?
Which game am I enjoying the most right now? I think right now, I think I'm just enjoying Stardew because lots of people have been getting back into it with the new update and everything like that. And I've never played Stardew before, so just getting to experience it for the first time is really enjoying. Really enjoying. No, really.
Enjoying it?
Really, yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a blast, you know.
Yeah,
So
I've seen a bit of. Nice. I've seen a bit of Stardew. It looks like it's pretty fun. I know so it is coming back because it's been around for a little while, right? I think. Stardew
Yeah.
Valley?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember which year it came out, but it's been around.
Yeah.
I know nothing about video games. I'm just like,
yeah. You know.
Yeah. I know Among Us just because Scott plays it. Everything else,
Yes.
I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
No, it's Among Us. I think I like the most because it almost feels like it's Among Us to me feels like it's not even a video game. It feels more like it's about the intrigue, the drama of of talking with people and like figuring out who's lying. I like
have
that.
you gotten
that it's
better
almost
at
that's.
lying, Scott?
I think I have, in that I became aware that my voice changes. So I've been purposely trying to like keep it at a steady pace. You know what I mean?
Oh no, you're one of those voice changes to like they have a lying voice.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. If you go back and watch one of the first few times he was playing Among Us, you could hear it in his voice.
His voice just goes like 7 octaves higher. It wasn't
faster and faster and faster.
Yeah. Because what I found, especially like I've gotten used to it now, but the very first time when you finally like see that you're an imposter, I was like genuinely nervous. I was like, oh wait, okay, I have to. And like, there's this.
I have to kill
like
people
I
now.
could feel like I felt myself getting warm. Like when you're actually nervous, like I could feel like, oh my god, they know, they're gonna notice, they know what I'm doing. And so I think it was just that initial like, fear of like realizing I had to do something that I didn't know what I was gonna do. But I do like that game. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Do you have any thoughts on? I don't know if you have any thoughts on it, but on the sort of the whole thing that happened with Cyberpunk and the controversy with that, and I don't know how it's all bugs and all that stuff. Have you been following along with any of that?
I have been. I mean, I don't like the fact that that they like have been overworking, the team and everything, and they've been kind of pushing back it still, and then to like release it and then it's still like having like bugs or it's not running that well on like old gen consoles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to see the backlash from it is kind of like the whole like pitchfork and everything, which is like, I mean, you could always like fix those bugs and everything like that, but I mean, to iron those out before you release the game, like since you've been like delaying it for so long already, what's it, another like month or two to actually iron out like everything to make sure that it's like working properly and stuff. Which I mean, I feel like the bugs in the beginning is like, kind of adds to the thing, to the whole like the whole derpness of it, I guess. Makes it a bit more fun to play. But I mean, like when the bugs like, really affect the gameplay and stuff like that, that's when it becomes a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I found like have you played it? Have you been playing it at all, or just following along?
No, I wasn't really interested in the game. But I mean, I still looked at the news and everything of it.
Yeah, cool. Oh, owner G20 just followed. Thanks for the follow there on D Live. Welcome to the channel. We're here interviewing SuperSeizer. I've played it. What I found is the bugs are. I'm on PC and I find the bugs for me have not been that bad. There have been some funny ones where like one time. So there's a thing you can do where when you push V, it like calls your car to you. Right? It's because it's like your car is like right. So I pushed V, and then I was like, oh, where's my car? And like I looked to the right, and it was like flipping around, and then it just caught fire and blew up. So that's happened a couple times. But other than that, there have been like weird little things, but I've seen videos and like highlights of things that have been a lot worse. And yeah, it has been more so on older consoles. So I just think the game was not, I don't know, built properly to run on the older ones. Yeah. And
it's so funny because I'm hearing you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Regine. Yeah.
I'm hearing you guys talk about like glitches and stuff to games, and it just brings me back to Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know why, but like when Scott was saying that the car was flipping, for some reason in my mind it brought me to Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, I mean, there were a lot. They had glitches and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's like that. Like it's Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, it's funny. The glitches for me, they do kind of add to, like you said, they add kind of to the fun. Like sometimes I'll be driving along and like I'll notice a car come out of the road like a dolphin coming out of the water. Like that's happened a couple times.
Yeah.
So
what?
But yeah, I don't know. There's just things that don't work. But I actually don't mind those as much. I feel like those will get fixed over time. But yeah, I would agree with what you said. Like, I mean, I didn't realize they actually first teased the game like 8 years ago. And then it's weird that they then, I think they initially announced they were going to release it sometime this year, 2021. But for whatever reason, they decided at the last minute to just push it back. And I'm like, yeah, you waited 8 years. I don't know why you would. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel
don't know
like
what happened there.
Them doing that kind of like overhyped it and then, kind of left like this really high hill, and then they released it and it's like, whoa, that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the other problem is, I mean, when you tease something for 8 years, I mean, you're inevitably building up so much hype that when it finally comes out, it's tough. Actually, you know what? I watched an interesting video the other day. I don't even know, like, I guess because I've been playing the game and watching stuff about it, like, that's how YouTube is. They recommend things to you. But there was this one video where he was like an engineer, and he just talked about how the release of the game showed, what was the wording he used? Some kind of bad engineering, but not in the actual design of the game, but more in like, what he was referring to was like how you plan the release of something, and like when you're designing like where your team should focus on or what task they should focus on. And like one thing he mentioned was like Apple, when they release something, right? Or rather, when they announce that something's coming out, they actually don't announce it until it's already built. So the first time, that's why, for example, like, what was the product? Some other product, Apple something. There have been like rumors about it, but Apple has never formally talked about it themselves because they don't start to announce something until it's already basically finished, and they keep all the stuff they're researching and working on kind of under wraps. That way, when they announce it, they already know that it can be released.
That's fair.
And so, the difference here was because they've kind of talked about all the things that this game is gonna be. They've built all this hype, and then it keeps getting pushed back further and further and further. And I guess it makes sense, because you can imagine if they had just quietly worked on this game, and then when it was ready, announced, "Hey, this game's coming, it's ready." They wouldn't. I don't know. None of that pressure would be there. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm enjoying the game. Although I do feel sorry for people who are playing it on the older consoles, because it sounds to me like I haven't seen it, but it sounds like most of the problems are those people, and it's like that for me is where they really drop things. Because I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077 available now, everybody. Actually, no. Actually, it's not. Because they took it off the store, right? I think they actually took it out.
Yeah, they don't have it anymore. They're like, no, I'm gonna release it and then unrelease it.
Yeah. Well, even that's kind of unprecedented. I don't think they've ever done that before. So
there's always a first for everything.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, you don't want that to be one of your firsts, but anyway, they did it. They actually got Sony to pull their thing off the store. Anyway, but I'm enjoying the game. It's actually one thing that's interesting though. I watched another video. Somebody talked about like all the things that are wrong and all the lies that CD Projekt Red told. And even though I enjoyed the game, I didn't disagree with anything that the guy said. So that was interesting, because there are problems. Anyways, that's Cyberpunk for you. Have you guys watched Cobra Kai? Any of you guys watch Cobra Kai?
No, I've heard and watched countless YouTube ads on it, but I have not.
No.
Nice.
I was too busy watching Soul.
Oh yeah, was that any good, Regine?
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing ads for that too. It's good. I'll have to watch that on.
recommend
All right. Cool. Oh wait, you watched Wonder Woman, right?
Mhm.
Was it good?
SuperSeizer, have you watched Wonder Woman?
I want to, but I haven't yet.
Okay, no comment.
Do you
No
recommend it?
spoilers,
Is it
please.
No
yeah, don't spoil her, but is it a recommend?
I
for me?
like it, but I also do like Wonder Woman, so that's
But is it better than the first one, or worse, or just as good, or any of that stuff?
I don't want to give any opinions on the movie until you watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, I am planning to. I will watch it at some point.
I think you should watch it. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And I'm not a big movie
will-
person, so for me to be like, yeah, you should watch it.
Okay, all right, fine.
But
I
if
will
you
watch it.
don't like
anyway,
it, it's not my fault. Okay.
I know.
No, it is.
Because here's the
It would
thing.
be.
The movies I like. So I liked Aladdin remake. I liked all these Disney remakes. Scott didn't. So take
Yeah,
that.
I disliked all of the Disney remakes.
Yeah.
All of them.
So
But, okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, I watched Cobra Kai season 3 yesterday. Have you seen the old Karate Kid movies, SuperSeizer?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I find the thing that I'm liking about this of Cobra Kai is they always throw back to the movies, and as you get later on in the seasons, they're throwing back now into the sequels and stuff as well. So I would advise, if you're gonna watch Cobra Kai, watch some of watch the old movies first, because I think it makes it more enjoyable. Anyway,
I like to have that
it's a fun
background
show.
information and that background context for it.
yeah.
Yeah, and also just I mean, it just seems like they're basically any actors that they can get a hold of who were in the original movies. I feel like they're just calling them all up and being like, "Hey, do you want to have a cameo in Cobra Kai?" Because there's so much of that as well, which is just fun to see. Like,
Just every character is just in there. It's kind of like a Stan Lee.
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, so there's a whole extra element of that adds to the enjoyment of it. Anyway, I'm really liking it. There's something funny about it because it also kind of looks, because originally it was a YouTube show. Like it's now a Netflix show, but originally it was like a YouTube premium show.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks it like, I don't know, like there's something about a lot of the shows that are made for YouTube that I don't know if I think it's the lighting or what. It looks slightly not great. Like there's just something about it that's a little budget looking. Something about it.
Well, you know what? Now
But-
you're never going to be casted for the show.
We'll see. I hope not. I hope so. But no. But it's just like.
You say you
but,
hope
but,
not?
No, I mean I hope so. I hope so.
You
But I
said
mean,
I
I
hope
get,
not.
but it
You
adds to
could
the
have been
charm, is what I'm
potentially
saying.
Casted too.
That would have been cool. Maybe next season.
Careful what you
maybe
say
I'll-
on the show.
I'll tweet at them. No, but I just like, there's something about it though that just, it adds to the charm though, the look of it. And I will say the acting in it is really funny. Like the characters are good. Anyway, I recommend Cobra Kai. It's pretty fun. Like after watching the first season, I ordered a Cobra Kai T-shirt. So
Of course you did. Of course
I bought
you
the
did.
merch. Do you have merch,
Speaking of
SuperSeizer?
merch, okay.
I do, but there's like not much there. I'm still in the works of creating something new.
You'll
Awesome.
get there.
Yeah. Well, I kind of want to make some merch as well, but I just haven't figured out exactly what I want it to be. So I was just, how did you come
You
up
have
with
a T-shirt on.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, this is like specifically for the sit down. Yes, we have sit down merch, but I was saying more like, like a Scott Dion Brown.
Scott Dion Brown. Wow.
Something like, I don't know. How did you go about coming up with what your merch is, SuperSeizer?
Well, I think it's just like based off of like stuff that I've said, and kind of just like things about quirks about what the channel is, and then kind of just like getting a central idea and then kind of making something around there.
Makes sense. Like basically inside jokes with your audience, right? And stuff that they would kind of know. Makes sense.
I'm
Yeah, I
not
think
buying a Scott Dion Brown merch.
Don't worry, it's gonna be
My
so
foot down.
nice. It's gonna be so nice, Regine, that you'll be like, oh, I gotta have that. That's the hottest
I
item.
have merch. And you have one of them.
That's true. Yeah, you have a I have a
Yeah.
Team Regine shirt. That's right. When
Exactly.
Regine was she was competing in the. It was for Galaxy, yeah.
Mhm.
When you.
But the
Yeah, she was
shirts
competing.
actually came. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go. I wasn't saying anything yet.
No worries. So when I competed at Miss Universe Canada in 2017, I was like, you know what? Why don't I get the people that are attending to see if they want T-shirts that say Team Regine on them? So I got them designed, I got them made, and then sold a bunch of them. I think I sold like over 20 of them. And so I was like, let's bring it back. And when I asked people if they wanted it, they're like, yeah. So I brought back the T-shirts, and my little brother, who is 11, but I think he was 9 or 8 at the time, he would wear the T-shirt to school and say, this is my sister's merch, guys. You should buy it. So it just stuck. It's my merch.
That's great.
There you go.
Honestly.
And it's the only way I could get people to wear pink. So it's a black shirt with like bright pink font on it. It's awesome.
Right.
I've worn it. I've worn it a couple times. I've worn it on the
You
show.
have.
I think, right?
A couple
have,
times.
A
Yeah.
handful, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. It's a nice shirt. Okay, so merch. People buy that merch.
I
Everybody.
think if Scott gets to 3,000 subs, he should put out merch.
Do you think I should be the milestone? I'm almost
think
at 2.
so.
I'm very close to hitting 2,000.
I'm trying to
the
avoid
merch
buying it.
milestone,
So
yeah.
if you can get to
Yeah.
3,000. How about 2,500 or 25,000 subs? Wait, no.
25,000.
25,000?
That's a lot.
Merch coming
That's
at
a
100K,
big jump
everybody.
From 2,500.
I really don't
No,
want
Regina,
his
if I-
merch.
Regina, if I get it,
I really don't want it.
if I get merch, I'll send you one. I'll send you one for
Ooh, I get a PR package.
it'll be a present. Exactly. Let's do the ads, and then we'll come back and chat some more with SuperSeizer. Okay, sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, this incredible conversation was brought to you by some very important people, right, Regine?
Yes, it was.
These people, they make this show possible. They are, of course, our fantastic advertisers. Hey, Regine,
Yes, Scott.
do you want to find out what your home is really worth?
Maybe.
Are you buying, selling, investing, or renting a home?
Maybe.
Then Jennifer C., Realtor at Home Life Culture Link, is here to help. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone. Speak to a professional. Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. To see her current listings, visit homelifeculturelink.com. The Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Saimeka, mortgage agent. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse, Regine. Find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca or call 905-604-6955. And it was brought to you by Jewelry Forever, conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and change watch batteries, all done on site. And we have a fantastic deal worked out with them right now, don't we, Regine?
Yes, we do. If you tell them through social media, because they're closed right now due to the pandemic, Let them know that Scott and Regine sent you, and you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15% off, 15%. And tell them Scott and Regine sent you, mention the show, and get something great. Find out more at jewelryforever.ca. And it was brought to you by Deliciousness Treats.
I love how you say that. Yes, Deliciousness Treats, hot chocolate bombs, dipped Oreos, and smash cakes. What else do I have to say? We are actually launching our Valentine's Day stuff tomorrow. So if you want to see what that's all about, follow us on Instagram, deliciousness_treats, and on Facebook at Deliciousness Treats. I'll also be launching our January hot chocolate bombs for charity, so make sure you tune in for that as well.
Beautiful. I had a bomb yesterday, Regine.
Which flavor?
The classic cocoa. It was very good.
Nice.
So, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Deliciousness Treats. Sweet treats in a mug.
I need to change that.
Have I ruined it? I've ruined it for you.
You have.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. That's right. And you also add other things. So I'll have to come up with a new way to say it then. But if you would like to advertise on the show, ladies and gentlemen, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you guys have to do is email us at radioshowad. That's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. Get in touch. We do the show live every week, which means you can personalize the ads week to week. Do you have an event or something specific happening at a specific time or place? Or a sale, perhaps? Yes. You let us know in real time, and we will get the message out to a new potential audience. Get in touch. It's 2021. Brand new year.
Perfect
brand new
timing.
Opportunity. Exactly. Reach out. Radio Show AD. Radio Show ad at gmail.com. And we're back. We're back with SuperSeizer.
How did you come up with your name?
Sorry, that's a good one. Yeah, go Regine. Yes. Good question. Oh, did you hear it? Oh, Regine asked, where did SuperSeizer come from?
Oh, where did my name come from? It's actually a really boring story.
We love boring stories. Tell us.
Well, honestly, I think it was just when because I started doing stuff on YouTube beforehand. So I was like, okay, well, I gotta have a name or something, a code name. I think 007 is taken. So I think I was in school, people, I was a small kid. So when in high school, the hallways fill up a bunch with students. Mm-hmm. So I used to run to every class because I don't know, I was crazy like that. I was just quirky like that, So I would somehow find small places in between people to just zoom past.
Oh, I do.
So my friends would call me like a moment Caesar because I would find small things and just be like, well, I'm going there now. So I think that kind of stuck with me. And then I put super in the front for alliteration because I have OCD, so alliteration the two S's are fantastic. So I think that's where the bulk of where it came from.
That's awesome.
Nice. That wasn't boring. So
Scott,
that wasn't a boring story.
It's Caesar, not Sizer.
Yes. Well, no, when I first saw it written, I thought it was Sizer. And then I was like, oh, because it's supersized.
That sounds
sounds
like a wrestling name.
Yeah.
SuperSeizer.
Whenever I meet someone new or in a stream or something, when they say that, I'm like, oh, it's pronounced that ruler that got stabbed 28 times, Julius Caesar.
Yes.
Caesar. You could have said the salad.
I could, but that's
well, I mean, even the salad. Yeah, and the salad is also named after the guy who got stabbed, right? So it's kind of the same thing.
It works. And no, that was not exactly. A boring story. Okay, your name is creative. Our names were given to us.
My mom gave me my name.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true actually. Like if people ask me where did my channel name come from, that's a boring story.
My parents.
Oh, that was
For my mom.
it was just my name. Yeah.
Exactly.
So wait, does that mean I'm not the first person to say SuperSeizer? Has anyone else ever said that first?
Tons of people say it.
Sorry, Scott.
Yes. Okay. I don't feel as bad then. I don't feel quite as bad. So what prompted you to become a streamer? Like what started it for you?
I think, honestly, I kind of just wanted to branch out, I think. Also, like, because I used to, well, I still do. It's just, 2020 got in the way and then, everything kind of fell apart. But, I do YouTube still. And I think I just wanted to, like, branch out to other, like, platforms. So I was like, I've heard of Twitch a lot. So, you know what, maybe I'll go and meet new people over there. So I think that's really where I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this now too.
Nice.
Just I like juggling a lot of things at once. That's just kind of the person that I am. So, honestly, it's been really fulfilling and really rewarding, I feel like.
Cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, the thing that I really oh yeah, go ahead, Regine. Sorry.
No, mine too.
Again, everybody watching, it's the delay. It's the delay over
No, it's
talking
not.
online.
I purposely wait for Scott to talk, and then I jump in. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, I was just going to say, that's one thing that I found I didn't realize how much I would enjoy was the kind of the community building aspect. Like, I just find, like, I started streaming live, again, because of the pandemic. And in fact, it was because this show, we had an episode of the show lined up, we had a guest lined up, and then we had having to cancel right at the beginning of the pandemic. And I felt weird not being live on a Sunday because I was used to being live every Sunday for like a year at that point. So I jumped on and played a video game, and like some people showed up, and I was like, that was fun. I'll do that again.
I showed
and it just
up.
kind of grew. Yeah, well, that's true. You did show. You were one of the people. But it was just. But the thing I didn't anticipate was the, like when you have. I mean, I'm sure you have it as well. You see. You get regulars, right? You have kind of, you always recognize some of the same names who show up either all the time or almost all the time, and you kind of start to build a rapport with those people. And I found that part of it to be very, I guess fulfilling is the right word, but you really do feel that community thing, which I wasn't really aware of before I started streaming, but it's a beautiful thing. I like it.
Yeah, it is. I think it's also just like, it's really fun to kind of just like meet new people and to like create like a bond over the internet with those people as well.
It's interesting that you say that because my brothers, they've all been streaming, like literally all three of them have been streaming in their own rooms. And my one brother, I wonder if he's watching this, but I know that he also started streaming, but the only reason why, not streaming, but like maybe he does stream, but I know the reason why he did it is because he wanted to make friends, and now he's felt this sense of community like you both were saying. I think that's really it. Maybe I should jump on people's streams and just talk to people.
It's great. Honestly, from both a streamer and viewer standpoint, it's great both ways. Like, I think like smaller streamers are like where I like to go, like more than bigger ones, because like the chat isn't going 70 miles per hour. And you can actually like sit down and like talk to the person that's streaming and have like a conversation, which I truly admire.
Well, that's true, because like when I jump onto Scott's like Among Us, I'll be like, hey Scott, and Scott will be like, say hi to Regine, Alaina, and like literally everyone's like, hey, and I'm like, whoa, hello.
Yeah. In fact, that's one thing I've actually noticed. Some of the larger name streamers, like with like millions and millions of viewers and stuff, I've noticed that, I know on YouTube, for example, how they've started really pushing becoming a member on a YouTube channel now, right? Where you have to pay some money.
Whoa.
And then, but then the thing that's neat about that though is like you can set it so that you can only participate in the chat if you're a member. But what that does is it automatically, because most people aren't members, it like slows down the speed of the chat. And I've seen a lot of creators, especially the big names, they'll say things like, wow, I like this. It reminds me of when I was a smaller streamer where I could actually talk to the chat. Because I think there's a thing that happens where you get to a certain size where, the chat becomes so huge that you can't even really look at it or like have an actual conversation with anybody. So that's
like OnlyFans, but for chatting.
It's like OnlyFans.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but it is the idea that they have to pay for it. But I can see that I mean, I guess it's a nice problem to have. Again, my channel is not yet at the size where, there's so many people wanting to chat that I can't even talk to them. But I can see why you would hit a point where it gets so large that suddenly part of that community thing might get lost a little bit. I can see that happening.
Oh, yeah. I think that's like a thing that I think larger creators, they realize that they can't get to everybody. And I think they are like, oh yeah, or they realize that and then kind of just focus on their content instead of like trying to get to everybody when they know they can't.
Yeah. Like I even find, like I know on so Mondays and Fridays on my channel, I do, Brawlhalla is a game that I play quite a bit on my channel. But I host a tournament, so like people can come in and sign up for the tournament, right? And usually I max it out at 16 players, which is usually a pretty good number. Like typically, if you show up a little bit late, then it's already full and people can't get in. But I realized in doing it, like the way I've been having people do it is like they can just come into the live chat, they give me their username and they're in the tournament. But it's something that I've realized there have been a couple times now, and it's happening more often and more often, is like it won't take very long before, as the stream gets more popular, it'll be really hard to like even just run the tournament that way, because it's just, you're gonna have so many people trying to get in who won't be able to. No, but it's just like from a structural thing, and I'm like, I know that's gonna be an obstacle I'm gonna have to deal with, and it'll kind of be sad. It'll be like, I like that idea that people can come here and feel like, yeah, let's play this game together. And I just know that there will hit a point where it just won't be possible to run it in the same way. So, but I guess that's something that you just gotta navigate. But yeah, I don't know.
So I was gonna ask you, SuperSeizer, when you're not streaming, what do you do?
I'm kind of just, right now, kind of just like chilling, or either usually sometimes editing stream clips to post on other social media, or hopefully recording a video, or just like spending time with friends online. Of course, can't just go out and, be like, let's go to the bar, guys.
Yeah.
But mostly, that is what I'm doing when I'm not streaming.
When you're not streaming, you're still working on your stream.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a constant 100% kind of.
Wow, that's awesome.
It becomes I guess it's one thing about how the way streaming is, the nature of it is that it is a job that you can do it all the time if you wanted to, right? So it is kind of different in that. So yeah, it makes sense. It becomes. Do you find? Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because like it's very hard to like turn off like streaming. Like if you're like, it's kind of like working all the time, and it's hard to like turn off and be like, oh, I'm not gonna work type thing, because usually all the activities that you or hobbies that you do are kind of related to what you're doing. Like editing is like a thing that's related to the thing, and like setting up audio stuff is a thing related to it. So it's kind of hard to like turn off, like streamer brain almost. Yeah.
I have heard other creators even talk about like there's always that also risk of, I guess, burnout or whatever, where people feel like they feel like the pressure to stream, and they kind of almost feel like they can't take a break. I know that that's something that streamers...
Do you feel like that, Scott?
So far, no. And I don't know if maybe that's just because I've had a pretty set schedule now. Like, I've been going Monday to Friday. The only day I don't stream is Saturday, and then today we just do the one show. So it kind of gives me a solid weekend. But so far it's been okay. But then I mean, I will say my channel at this point, it's not at the size where it's like my main source of income. And so I feel like that would change if it was literally my only, like, because then it becomes literally the difference between, okay, if I don't stream today, it means I didn't go to work, which means I don't get any money, right? So I feel like there would be more pressure for me for that. So I don't feel like I'm at that point yet, but I don't know. What do you think, SuperSeizer? Have you felt any of that pressure? Do you feel how you deal with that, or?
I think I've went through like a couple of stages of burnout, like on both YouTube and on Twitch. I think it's also like I think it wasn't like burnout, like, oh, like the pressure or whatever. I think it was just like burnout on like the games I was playing. I felt like I was playing the same games or playing games for other people instead of playing them for myself. So it takes a big person to kind of take a step back and then like not do what or like find it out early so that you don't like end up despising it later. So to take that action early and take a break then, to kind of refresh your mind is really good to do sometimes.
Some good ideas.
Makes sense. Yeah, and I think, well, I even do find, I can see why it can become, I've even noticed in my own streams, sometimes if I'll announce that like, oh guys, there's not going to be a stream tomorrow or whatever, there's always going to be a few people who be like, oh, no, please make sure to, and I have found there is that element of like, there's part of my brain right away that goes, oh, maybe I should stream. But then I kind of have managed to tell myself like, no, just
don't do it.
Yeah.
It's the people pleaser, Nia.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Strike Strider Form. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year to you, Strike Strider Form. Welcome.
Happy New Year.
Welcome to the show.
Can't believe we're saying that.
Guys.
Happy New Year. I feel like the holidays just came and left where normally they like drag. Now I feel like, hello.
I almost feel that way about the whole year. Like, I mean,
except March.
It feels to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything was normal. Like, I don't know,
I would
for
say
me
March
anyway,
to
the
June
year
was the longest.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott.
But it just, for me, it feels like the whole year was lost. I mean, I'm actually kind of annoyed at myself in that there were things that I wanted to have finished or get done that didn't, just because of how this year went. And I guess I shouldn't be annoyed because like it's what happened, but I don't know. I feel this need to not let 2021 be like 2020, but then at the same time I did get, anyway, I don't know. Hey, are you a New Year's resolution type person, SuperSeizer? Do you believe in them? Do you make them? What are your thoughts?
I'm not really a New Year's resolution person because the whole belief around like, oh, if I make a New Year's resolution and then like people immediately forget it once the New Year's start. I think I'm more of like a goal person. Like I set goals for myself at the beginning and then kind of like slowly throughout the year try and complete them. I think they're kind of like general goals.
Have you ever done a vision board?
No, I haven't actually.
You should. I highly recommend vision boards. I actually want to work on one for 2021 because 2020 didn't happen.
It's fake.
Yeah.
It didn't. It was a dream.
Like, that's what I want to know actually for you and the people who are watching now and later. Did you buy a 2021 planner?
Actually, for 2020, before, everything, I think I was watching a streamer friend of mine and they were like, oh, I'm gonna write down everything that I'm gonna do because I have ADD. So like I like the last 2 years, so 2019 and 2018 was like very like blurred for me. Like I don't exactly remember a lot of things that I did. So in 2020, I got like a notebook and I was like, I'm going to write down everything that I'm doing each day, like big or small, whatever it was. And that really, really helped me through 2020, actually, even though I couldn't exactly do anything physically, like just doing stuff online and like doing things like that. Writing that down really, really helped me. So I'm doing it again this year. So I have like
Awesome.
a notebook and everything that's, I'm writing everything down.
So January 3rd, guessed it on the sit down.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Awesome. That's actually a good idea.
I do find
like
writing
a diary,
it down helps.
but not really.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, writing it down, helps me as well. Like I do find to-do lists are helpful for me. In fact, I've kind of fallen out of the habit of doing that. But there was a time period for a while where I would write stuff down I wanted to do because it does feel good to like check it off, like to check stuff off the list. I don't know, it feels good for me to do that.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, but yeah, I've never made a vision board specifically.
You should. And you know what you should do? You should put the finishing of your movie.
Well, yeah, that's like the biggest thing that I'm kind of annoyed about. And that's why so SuperSeizer for you. Like I'm working on a short film that I actually filmed it now. Now thinking about it, I think I filmed it like, it might be 2 years now. It's probably 2 years that we actually filmed it. And it's a short film.
I
but
feel
it's
like
just
it was
not
longer than that. Sorry.
It might have been. It was in October. It was October of a year.
Because our show's been 2 years now.
Yeah, but the thing is, so I had decided that I wanted it to be ready for film festival season last year, but then the pandemic hit, and there weren't film festivals anymore, and like a lot of film festivals moved online, and I know there were online festivals, but it didn't. For me, like, at the time, my previous film, the thing I got most out of it was traveling to a different city for the screening, and you meet filmmakers and you participate in panels, and there's this whole social element. And for me, like I like the online festivals that they exist. For me, they didn't feel like real festivals, and but because of that, it kind of went, okay, well then I didn't feel the pressure to finish the movie, but it still should be done, because the other part that bugs me is I'm so like annoyed that it's not done that it almost inhibits my ability to work on other things, because it's like anytime I want to work on something else, there's this part of my brain that's like, wait, but you should be working on this film. You should be done this. And so it kind of like, it made me a little bit less productive, even like just producing regular YouTube content, which I'd like to do more of, but I always feel split, and I don't like that feeling. I really want to just get the movie done.
Yes, God. Get the movie done.
Part of my brain. That's the inner workings of my brain a little bit.
Hashtag get the movie done.
Get it trending.
Right. No, seriously, you should consider doing a vision board.
I might.
Yeah.
Because like I had one, and well, I still have one, but what I did is is there a delay?
Yeah, well, that's...
Maybe, I have no clue.
Hang on, give me a second.
Oh, well, I am seeing a... Did you change something on your side, Regine?
I did. My phone died. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I just noticed, like, I could hear you speaking to me, but then I noticed, like, the video of you was, like, not in sync at all with the audio, and I was like, wait a minute.
Is that better?
Something's happened.
I think so.
Okay, we're good.
Hopefully.
Okay, sorry. This happens every time my phone dies.
Yeah.
As I was saying, I did have a vision board. I still have it. But what I did was like, it was long-term goals. So it was like each goal had a different year, different date on it. But then I started realizing that a lot of the things that I had put on my vision board have either happened or are currently happening. So I think I'm going to do one for a specific year rather than
like a whole
10-year
span.
Yeah.
Which I think is good to like get something like smaller, like take everything day by day instead of like planning it out over like a 10-year span, because a lot can happen over 10 years. A lot can happen over 1 year, actually.
That's true. Like I hate when I do interviews and they're like, "What's your goal for the next 5 years?" I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me check.
Dude,
my
I'm
vision
just
board.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner today.
Exactly. There you go.
Exactly. And I also find, even if you have a larger goal, I think it's easier to achieve it if you kind of break the achieving of that goal into like smaller steps.
Yeah.
You know, so
Smaller,
it's like
edible pieces.
Yeah.
Kind of like a pie. Like I'm gonna eat all this pie,
Exactly.
but I'm gonna slice it off.
I'm eventually gonna get there.
One piece at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, that's a good thing because I actually did exactly that over the
you ate
holidays.
a whole pie?
I
Oh.
did. Yeah, I did. I bought a pumpkin pie, and originally
Yeah.
I bought it so we were gonna have on the 27th of December. The plan was to have like a little Zoom, like Christmas, dinner type thing with my extended family, and McConnell just sent a diamond over DLive. Thanks, McConnell. Hello, welcome to the show. But yeah, so I bought it, but I bought the pie like a week before the 27th, and so whatever it was, like the 21st, I was like, I could have a piece of pie now, because like it's not, I'm not gonna have a whole piece, a whole pie on the 27th. So then I ate a piece, and the next day I thought, hey, I can have another piece, and then another piece, and then on the 27th, guys, I only had one piece of pie left. So
it worked out.
See, I love pumpkin pie, so I probably could do that. I don't like apple pie. Depends on where it's from. I'm not a big pie person, but I do like pumpkin pie.
I like pie. I like pecan pie.
Yeah. Ooh,
You say
pie's a
pecan
good
or
pie.
pecan?
I say pecan.
Scott.
I think I say pecan.
Pecan.
Yeah, I say pecan. I say pecan. What do you say, Regine?
Pecan. I was just curious because
I thought they were gonna be the only one to be like, I say pecan.
Pecan.
You're wrong and I'm
Pecan.
it's like, do you say vase or vase? I say vase.
I say vase. I
think I also say vase.
Actually.
Sorry.
Oh. Okay. There
Someone's calling my phone.
Like, there's a vase over there.
I think I mostly say vase. Vase? Do you have a vase? Do you have a vase?
Vase.
Do you have a vase for this? I think I say vase. I think I say vase.
Now we're just questioning how we talk.
Sorry, I was just curious because you said pecan, so I was like,
Oh, but the thing is, you say pecan yourself.
Yeah, but I was just curious.
Okay.
Maybe Scott was different. Okay, she needs to stop.
Makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm a pecan person, not a pecan. In fact, I'm trying to think if I've ever. I don't know if I know any people who say pecan. But then again, how many times when I meet somebody do they, say that word in front of me, right?
Oh yeah,
Just now.
Yeah.
I like pecan
But I mean,
pie.
think.
It's just my intro. Hello, my name's Caesar. I like pecan pie. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. That's how I start all of my conversations. Hey, pronounce this. I keep a bag of them with me to make sure.
Right. Just to find out.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I saw in the news? Speaking of, I didn't even have a. I don't even have a.
You have no segue.
I don't have a segue. Okay. Wait. How about this? Speaking of food. I saw this other thing about food. There, that's my segue. Are you a meat eater, SuperSeizer? Are you a vegetarian or anything?
I'm a meat eater. I just, I don't tie myself down to. Well, okay, that's not really what I would say, but to say I'm actively not gonna eat this. I'm not that person.
Gotcha.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Well, this thing I just saw in the news that looked cool is so there's these scientists in Israel, and they are using you guys, have you ever seen how 3D printers work? How it's basically like a little nozzle and it squirts out the plastic or whatever in little strips?
Yeah.
So they've set one up using a 3D printer. They're printing plant-based meat. But the way it's designed is so that the 3D printer has 3 nozzles, one for replicating what looks like the fat, one that looks like the blood, and one that looks like the muscle. So it's all plant-based stuff, but using like the 3D printer, they're printing like, they're mimicking the actual texture and the makeup of an actual steak. And they're printing it so that way when you bite into it, it actually feels like you're eating a steak because it's like mimicked the entire like construction layout of it on the inside.
Kind of odd because I mean it's not
print.
Yeah, it's
3D
not
printer.
like organic at that point. I feel like because I've had like stuff 3D printed before, and it's like plastic that's like kind of hardened.
Yeah, we have one
So-
somewhere in this house.
Yeah. Well, this one they're not. It's not like I think what they're making it out of is some kind of plant-based. It looks like plant-based goo of some kind. So it must be like a
Ew.
plant-based flavor. So like they have like one that's flavored to taste like the muscle, one that's flavored to taste like the fat, one that's flavored to taste like the blood, and then they print it all together in the exact makeup that an actual steak would be made of. So the idea is that it would taste and feel like you're eating a real steak.
Okay, here's a real question. I don't know why you're asking this, Scott, because we're not vegetarian. You, who are now vegetarian, would you eat that?
I would try it. I mean, the thing is, I've became a vegetarian this year. And the main reason I started it is because have you ever heard of the documentary The Game Changers? It's on Netflix.
No, I think I've heard of it, but I haven't watched any of it.
So I watched that, and it. Well, the interesting thing for me is, I don't know, not for me, but the thing that was compelling for me, I did not stop eating meat for ethical reasons. It's just that this one made a pretty solid case that it's like might be healthier. So like, okay, I'll try it. But anyway, so would I try this steak? Yes, I would. But at the same time, I'm not that like, I don't miss it so much that like I need to eat. I know that there are vegetarians who have became vegetarian, but they miss the meat so much. So like they'll buy like something that looks like the meat, you know, so that way they can, yeah, like a Beyond Burger or whatever. But like, I don't feel that pull back. Actually, here's a better question for you guys then, because you're not, if you're not vegetarians, have you guys heard about these other scientists who are growing meat in a lab from like cells? Have you heard of that?
Ew.
Which is kind of
Yes.
odd. I mean,
Yeah, so it's like so rather than like, you know, getting meat like the regular way from like, you know, having the animal and then killing it and cutting it up, they're basically like replicating like cow cells in like a petri dish, and then those cells are dividing into
a
piece
steak.
See,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm like borderline vegetarian. Like if I didn't have to eat meat again, I'm fine with that. Or like borderline pescatarian. So hearing things like that, yeah, no.
But the thing is, like if you're borderline vegetarian, or like maybe you don't like the idea of killing the animal, but you like the eating it, would you guys eat this lab grown meat?
I want to see what the long-term side effects are beforehand.
So the idea, so it sounds to me like the idea is not appealing to either of you.
Not particularly.
I would be curious, like
But would
because
not be
I mean,
vegetarian for a day just so you can try it.
yeah, well, I would just like, because I mean it should taste like meat because it is, right? I mean it's cow. It is meat. It's just yeah.
Not.
Anyway, it's weird. Yeah, it's like it is meat, but it's not. It's I don't know.
It's beyond meat, literally.
Yeah. There you go. Exactly. It's beyond.
I don't know.
But it's interesting to me. I think I would try it. I would just be curious if that's such interesting, because the meat that they're growing in the lab, right? You almost feel like there might be something weird about it, because like what would it have, the tendons and the muscle and all the stuff that it is, like, or if it's just like kind of the same cell dividing, there might be something weird about it. Whereas this plant-based one, it's got no meat in it at all, but it's being printed to like mimic the exact layout of a steak. So it might almost be more steak-like than the lab-grown steak.
The thing with
You know what I mean?
saying is the fact that you're saying that it's 3D printed is what's completely throwing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Well,
Like if it wasn't, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'd try it. But the fact that you're like, yeah, no, it's 3D printed. I'm like, no.
it's lasered.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, because I watched the video, like I saw it, it literally just popped up on my Twitter feed. I don't even know why, but it popped up on my Twitter feed, and that's literally what it looks like. It's like you see 3 tubes, right, and they're going like, and they're like squeezing out little liquid, like.
See, now, you're
Like
not
in-
making
there was a
it that way. just stop.
Well, that's what it looks like. It's like a red one and a white one and a pink one. And it was like laying it out in little strips until it builds something that's the size of a steak, and then and then you eat it.
Project.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. So that's the future, everybody.
On that note,
That's the
Scott, do
future.
you have a New Year's resolution?
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, I kind of feel like I want to.
Finish the movie.
Finish
Yeah,
the movie.
but actually,
do it.
yeah.
You
In
have
fact,
no
for me,
other
I think that.
resolution. Just do it.
Yeah, that's kind of my goal. Is I want to finish it like by the end of this month. I think is what I should do. I feel like I should just buckle down and just
All right,
get it done.
ladies and
And
gentlemen, you heard it here first. February 1st.
That's true,
that
actually.
movie will be done.
It'll
like,
be
you know,
done.
I'm holding you
yeah.
accountable.
Well, that's the thing I was just saying is that doing that almost like saying it now publicly to everyone, I've almost put it out there that, oh, I better do it now. So maybe in the sense that's a good thing. That's a
I'm
good
gonna
thing.
put a countdown on our Instagram account. Scott finishes short film. Woo!
Yeah, that's a good idea. I should do
I
that.
will. Trust me.
Other than that, I think I probably want to start working out again. That fell off. Like I had a pretty good thing going before the pandemic because I would go up to there's a gym in my building and I would go and like run on the treadmill and do stuff there. And but all that stuff is closed and has been the whole time. And I haven't been able to really get into like doing anything like that in the condo, but I probably should. So that's something I'd like to do.
Yeah.
I think it's in general. I feel like
Finish the
writing
movie.
stuff down. Yeah, finish the movie and just stuff like that. Getting certain things done. I'd like to put out some music this year.
Ooh.
There's a bunch of stuff I want to do.
I know my mom misses your music, so maybe you should do it for the moms.
Do it for the
There
moms.
you go. Do it for the moms. What
Scott
about
makes
you,
mom music.
Caesar? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's coming soon.
She's
moms.
watching. Mom,
It's
hold
the
him accountable.
mom album.
Yeah.
Have it out by Mother's
What?
Day.
Yeah. What about you guys? Do you have any? I don't know. Where do you plan? What are your plans for the year? Let's start with you, Caesar.
Plans for the year. I think it's just to like, continue on with college and then also like continue like streaming and enjoying what I'm doing and stuff like that. And living my life, in the moment.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. Regine?
Well, in 8 months is Galaxy Internationals if the borders open up. So that is definitely something I'm working towards. I actually just announced it this morning, but Buff Boy Fitness, Wayne, he was on our show. He's actually been gracious enough to be my sponsor. So he is
nice.
going to whip me into shape. So I guess.
Oh, I think you're gonna stop there. Be just like,
Whip me? No,
he's gonna
me.
whip you. I was gonna be like,
Me.
that's intense.
That's the goal.
Exactly. So that's keeping me accountable. Working on my YouTube channel. Scott, we have a project. Well, I have a project from this podcast. So that's my goals. I think we can announce it, right?
Sure. Yeah, you want to yeah, so do you want me to say it or do you want to say it or
So, okay, so for people who have been following the Sit Down, SuperSeizer, welcome to the family. We've had a lot of pageant contestants and pageant queens on the show, mostly from my background in pageantry. So we thought, why not branch out into the pageant sit down. So we will have pageant queens, pageant contestants, pageant kings, let's throw Scott in there, be guested on this show, which we are looking into. I'll be hosting it, which I'm a little scared for because I'm so used to just being Scott's sidekick. So stay tuned for
You're
that.
becoming your own person now.
I know, I'm blossoming. Okay.
You're blossoming. You're becoming Nightwing, okay?
There you go. I am
Exactly.
doing this, and I'm excited. So yeah, look out for it. Follow us on Instagram. I know there's so many of you are already following, and I've only posted 2. And if you are a pageant king or queen or princess, whatever you are, and you want to be interviewed, send us an email at pageantsitdown@gmail.com and send us a 30-second video on why you should be guested and why you think you'd be a perfect guest.
Perfect.
Nice. So there you go, people.
Scott, send
30
me a
seconds.
video.
down.
I
30
screw in the
seconds.
light bulb, I screw in the...
Scott, send me a video. I want to interview you.
Okay. I'll send in my audition, Regine.
Perfect.
So yeah, there you go, people. A new podcast is coming out, hosted by the one and only Regine Alaina, the pageant sit down. So watch for that. Yeah, New Year's resolutions.
Just kidding.
Oh, and she's gonna have merch. Yeah, there you go. Get the merch, everybody. Merch is coming. And I would say, people, this has been a tough year. Don't be too hard on yourself in terms of New Year's resolutions, I think. That's why I'm kind of, even though there are things that I want to be done and there are things that I wasn't completely happy that I didn't get done, but at the same time, I'm trying to be a bit patient with, we had to deal with a lot of things. It was, when suddenly everything that was normal isn't normal anymore, I guess everybody's going to adjust in different ways. So I just feel like
It's a new normal.
it took time to,
What is normal?
exactly.
It's
What
not.
is normal?
That should be the question.
It's a
of-
concept.
What is normal?
Doesn't
Exactly.
exist.
To you. That
Oh, did you guys hear about
Oh, here we go.
I was gonna say.
Wait, I have a
Oh
segue.
yeah,
have a
I told
segue.
Regine quickly.
Wait,
Another flawless segue. It's just like...
Yeah. Speaking of this,
Speaking of OnlyFans.
oh, actually, that's good. Did you guys hear that they, 190,000 ceiling fans sold across the U.S. and Canada were recalled recently? Did you hear about that?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I don't have a
Well,
ceiling fan.
I don't have a
Well-
ceiling
well-
fan.
yeah, I don't either. But the only reason I'm mentioning it is because apparently, this brand of ceiling fan, they were getting reports that like while it was on and spinning, the blades were coming detached and like throwing blades across the room all over the
Decapitating
place.
people? Well, that's a
Yeah.
safety hazard and a half.
That's 2020 right there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That is 2020.
Exactly.
2020 was a
Now, I only
how
bring
to
it up-
basic video.
Yeah, I feel like it's safe to bring it up because from what I read, I don't think there have been any like really like any injuries or serious injuries. It's been mainly damage to like walls and stuff, so that's why I think it's okay. We can laugh about it. But just the idea for me is just so funny. Just the idea that you can turn on your ceiling fan and it's like shooting blades across your room. So anyway, I just feel like I like what you said there, Regine. That's so 2020 that your
Your ceiling
your
fan
appliances are gonna.
Your ceiling fan is just like attacking you.
Great
Yes.
segue, Scott.
I thought so too. I think you know what? I feel like on that note, that's a great place we can wrap up for today. Unless is there anything else any of you guys wanted to talk about or touch on before we wrap up?
No, I think so.
Everyone
We
good?
talked about some interesting things.
Oh wait, why can't I? Oh wait a minute, hang on. I can't hear you. I think we lost Regine for a second. Hang on. Sorry. Say something, SuperSeizer.
Hello.
There you are. Yeah, I think we lost. Oh, Regine's phone died. That's okay. So that's even better. Sorry, what did you say when you were silent for a second? But did you have any final words or things you wanted to talk about?
Final words, just like thanks for having me on. You know, I think we talked about some really interesting things, intriguing things.
I agree. I think it was a nice chat, a good first episode of the sit down for 2021. And yeah, I wanted to have you on. I mean, we met very briefly in a little. I mean, I guess it hasn't come about, but anyway, we played Phasmophobia together for a little while, and I don't know. I was just like, hey, she could be a good guest on the sit down. So that was nice. and yeah. So everybody, if you are, in fact, yeah. Why don't you tell people one more time? I mean, I put the links in the description, but where can people find you if they want to follow you and all that stuff?
Oh, well, I do Twitch, so it's just SuperSeizer on Twitch and on YouTube as well. And it's the same thing everywhere, essentially, except Instagram. There's an underscore. Someone stole it. There's an underscore between the two things, but it's pretty much the same everywhere.
There you go.
One of the perks is having a very unique name.
Yeah, exactly. So search SuperSeizer on all of those things, and I put the links in the description.
Welcome back.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Yes. Oh wait, there you go. Okay, that's why. Hang on. Is Regine back? Okay, wait. Hang on.
My phone.
I was hearing doubles. Wait. Okay, Regine, are you there?
Sorry. You know what it is? It's the way that my phone case was.
Oh, it's doing the delay thing. Can you do the thing to make it?
Is that better?
Hang on. All right, hang on.
That is what I do. I close my window.
Okay, there. I think we're back. Everything's good now.
So sorry. This is proof that I need to figure out a new camera.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's coming, right? I mean,
yes.
It's
literally right
it's
here.
It's wet.
It's right.
Oh, it's right there. Wow. You missed the opportunity to use it for the first time this year.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's the way that I had my phone case. My phone wasn't plugged into it properly, so I thought it was charging. But it wasn't. I'm like,
is that what happened? So
charger's right here.
Is that what happened last time? So
yeah,
I remember that happened. You said it was plugged in and then it died anyway. So
no,
it actually wasn't plugged in.
That was actually plugged into my laptop, and it wasn't charging. I think it was like charging but using its battery at the same time.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Technology, everybody. Technology.
It's
anyway,
a wonder.
Yeah, exactly. So SuperSeizer just plugged all of her stuff. So make sure you guys check her out. Make sure you follow her on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and all those things. And oh yeah, that's right. You were saying how there's an underscore on Instagram because somebody had taken it. That's what happened to me with TikTok. Although I never end up using TikTok, but it's the only one where I had to have Scott Dion Brown official written. Because every other one is just Scott Dion Brown. Yeah, I had to find it. Anyways, check out SuperSeizer. Regine, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at It's Regine Alaina. I know Scott put the new video link on from my YouTube in the description below. So subscribe if you haven't already. And as I mentioned, the Galaxy International Pageant is in 8 months. So follow my journey at Ms. MS Galaxy Canada on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, that was weird. You were silent for a second, but anyways, I think you said, where can people find you, Scott? And that is, you can find me right here, where you're watching this very video, people. YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. You can find me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/Scott Dion Brown. Also on Instagram and Twitter right here. Also Scott Dion Brown. I have TikTok, except, again, like I was just saying, Scott Dion Brown Official, although I haven't really posted much on it. One day maybe, but you can follow me there if you'd like. But the big one is YouTube, people. Find me on this website. It's got lots of videos on it. It's got some entertaining things. Check it out, YouTube, everybody. It's pretty neat. Okay, people. We've reached the end of the episode. And I'm not sure if we're... Regine, say something?
Something.
Okay, good. I don't know. Something is going on with... We had a few technical issues.
Sorry,
you know what, people,
that's always my fault.
It's okay. I think it'll be sorted by next week.
I'm using this thing. We'll
Cool.
try it out.
Do it.
I'm through, see how it works. All right. SuperSeizer, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me on. I had fun.
This was great.
We did too.
Me too. I'm glad you had fun. All right, everybody. Please stay safe out there in this crazy world. We made it through 2020 together. And now everything's back to normal. Everything is back as it, well, I hope so.
As
but
normal
anyways,
as it can be.
Exactly. But thank you guys for being here. You could have gone anywhere Sunday morning. You could have gone to any website in the world. But you chose to come here and sit and watch with us. And for that, we are eternally grateful. So thank you. Please stay safe out there. SuperSeizer, thanks again for being here. And bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.